The Judge, a short story of inspiration by author Paula Woods, found in her book, The Hurt, the Pain, Mama Don't Cry. Read to you by Elva Nelson Hayes. The Judge. The day begins with the sound of the alarm clock. Jay rubs his eyes and smiles as he reaches for the alarm clock. He walks over to the sliding glass door and feels the warm sun shining brightly on his body and watches the palm trees swaying effortlessly to symbolize the beginning of a new day. For Jay, today begins just like yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. He brushes his teeth, shaves, takes a shower, and gets a light breakfast with coffee and rushes to his car for the 30-minute drive to work. He enters the school parking lot and drives slowly over the speed bumps, searching for a parking space. He finds the same one he always does, right next to the librarian. He parks the car, grabs his briefcase, and walks briskly past throngs of students congregating near the entrance. The students' loud voices are a melodic symphony of inner city life. Jay sighs and says to himself, "Today is going to be better than yesterday." On the way to his classroom, he greets several students, smiles at others, and gestures to a colleague that he is in a hurry. Among all the stress and chaos that goes with being a teacher, he's able to find a modicum of solace and peace in his classroom. It's the one place in the world where he can see the importance of his work. The school is in one of the most dangerous neighborhoods called the Killing Fields of East Oakland, California. Jay chuckles as he walks toward his classroom, as he thinks about his journey from East Texas to the concrete jungle and palm trees of California. In Texas, he experienced intense racism and limited opportunities. Even though times were rough, he has always had a loving and supportive family. That love served to help him soothe and sometimes block the pain. He remembers all too well the difficulties of dealing with the pain and anguish of witnessing his older brother's wrongful conviction of a crime he did not commit. It still pains him to relive his mother's pain when Jay thinks about that. Man, Jay says to himself, this isn't that bad when you think about it. In fact, it's quite an improvement. At least now I don't have to endure hearing the racial epithets spewing effusively at me every day. Nor do I have to fear of being falsely accused of crime simply for being black. Yeah, Oakland might be bad, but it's a lot better than where I came from. Jay enters his classroom, sits behind the time-worn desk covered with books and papers, and then he glances at his lecture notes. He stands up, walks over to the mirror, and stares at himself and wondering why he continues to teach. Jay is in his mid-30s. He's tall with a medium build, thick eyebrows, shining white teeth, and a dark complexion that's almost chocolate. He attends church regularly, and he tries to practice love, compassion, and kindness towards others. He has a penchant for jazz music, Merlot wine, and great food, and he feels pretty good about himself. Although he's not married, he cares deeply about his girlfriend, Tina. She constantly teases him about his good looks, saying he's a cross between actors Sidney Poitier and Denzel Washington. Jay's thoughts are interrupted by the voice blaring over the school's PA system instructing everyone to go to the assembly hall. He grabs his keys, heads out the door, and walks hurriedly towards the assembly hall. On the way, he passes several students and teachers. He recognizes one of the students, Kenny Williams, as at risk. Jay is trying hard to reach out to him and teach him about the importance of a good education. "Hey, Kenny, hold up for a minute," Mr. J shouts. "I want to talk to you for a minute." "What's up, Mr. J?" Kenny says. "Don't get on my case because all I'm doing is chilling and trying to stay out of your office." "No, it's not like that," Jay chuckles like to lighten the mood. "I want to talk to you about your education goals. I have a couple of books that I want you to read. I think they'll help you." "No problem. I'm down with it." "Good. Come by my office later, and I'll give them to you." "I'll drop by after third period," Kenny returns his attention to his friends. "Great. I'll see you then. Jay thinks about Kenny as he continues on the way to the assembly. Kenny is a very bright student, a natural leader with limitless potentials, but he always seems to get into trouble. He likes to hang out in the hallways with wannabe gang members and to harass other students, especially the girls. His disruptive behavior has seriously affected his grades. He sits quietly through speech and finds it difficult to stop thinking about Kenny. The boredom ends with the principal's challenge for everyone to have a great day. At the end of third period, Kenny walks into Mr. J's office, sits down. "Hey, Mr. J, let me ask you something." "What's that?" Jay replies. "Why do you want me to be like you?" "Son, that's not what this is about." "Well, seems that way to me." "Well, it isn't," Mr. J says. "I'm trying to help you discover the great talents you're wasting." "Meaning no disrespect," Mr. J says. "I'm studying to become an attorney." "Why, you're already a teacher," Kenny chuckles. "Ain't that enough?" "Not for me." "Why not?" "Because I want to give in a different way," Jay explained. "There are too many young black males like you in prison. Perhaps I can help some of them by being a conscientious lawyer. Who knows?" "I think that's great if you want to do it," Kenny says. "For me, though, that's not my thing." "What's your thing, Kenny?" "Right now, I don't know," Kenny says honestly. With false pride, Kenny jokes. "Anyway, I got the best of both worlds because I'm biracial and all the honeys think I'm a player." Mr. J does not laugh and Kenny quickly changes his tone. "For real though, I just don't know. I just know I don't want to be a teacher or a lawyer. That's why I'm talking to you. I want you to know that you have resources available to you at this school that can assist you with making good career decisions. We are here to help you to become a successful person, but we can't help you if you're unwilling to let us help you." "Thanks, Mr. J," Kenny said shyly. "I know you care, but I just don't think I'm cut out for school." "I know how you feel," Mr. J says. "I've been where you are now. Why do you think I'm working so hard now? You know, teaching during the day and attending law school at night, success requires hard work." "I salute you, Mr. J," Kenny says, "but I've got to get me some lunch. So, could you give me the books you want me to read?" "Sure, I think you'll enjoy both of them, particularly the one by Zora Neale Hurston, Their Eyes Are Watching God. The other one, Black Boy, is by Richard Wright. Both authors are famous Harlem Renaissance writers." "Thanks, Mr. J," Kenny says, reaching to shake Mr. J's hand. "I'll let you know what I think about them. Catch you later." Jay continues to teach and study law at night. He has very little interaction with Kenny after the meeting in his office. Kenny continues to get in trouble and struggle with his grades, and by the time Kenny graduates from high school, Jay receives his JD degree and passes the California State Bar. He resigns his position as a teacher and begins practicing law in the public defender's office. Several years later, he is appointed judge. And that concludes part one of the short story, The Judge by Paula Woods. Please like and subscribe to this video.